Jackie, they talked about a lot of sleepless nights, a lot of time at home where you're not really there as they're thinking about this case. Now, on the confession, as you talked about, something really interesting the district attorney told us is that they considered making a part of the plea agreement that Christopher Watts would have to confess more about what happened that night. The district attorney told us that Shanann's family didn't think he would take that deal. We also learned much more about what prosecutors believe happened that night. You answered a lot of questions today, but we still don't know the question of why. How did this happen? How do you answer that question when you're the person who knows more than anybody?
I don't think I can answer that question, and that's what I really wanted to emphasize to Judge Kopkow. The inexplicable nature of what he did is you can't understand it. I didn't see a shred of remorse today. I didn't when he pled guilty on November 6th. I never did during the course of any of this investigation, any of the interviews with him. I think that he shed a tear for himself. I think he thought he was going to get away with it.
Was justice served here today?
I think justice was served in the best way we can in Colorado right now.
You mentioned in court that Shanann didn't have any defensive wounds. What does that mean?
What was odd or striking to me was, I think if somebody came up and put their hands around somebody's neck, the first thing a victim's going to do is grab onto the hands or the arms and try to pull them away, or scrape or claw or bite or whatever to try and get that person's hands off of their throat. There wasn't anything like that in Shanann, and so that obviously caused us to think, was she sleeping? His statement to investigators was, they were very clearly, obviously dead, so I decided to dispose of their bodies. He didn't call 911. He didn't try CPR. You didn't even check on them to see if they were breathing. When you hear that, you're thinking, this just doesn't add up.
Now, interestingly enough, the district attorney says that his statement was probably the strongest piece of evidence that they had, because they said that what his story was, that Shanann killed the girls and then he killed his wife in a rage, there was absolutely no evidence of that. There was no evidence of a big fight. There was no evidence of a struggle. Nothing to match up what his story was that he originally told police. For now, we're live in Greeley. I'm Jennifer Kowaleski for Denver 7.